the Phoenix Suns select Steve Nash from the University of Santa Clara.
Invented by a doctor from Ontario and revolutionized by a 6'3" point guard from Victoria, BC.
Pretty stuff. Steve Nash behind the back. Nash picks up a dime.
He doesn't look like an NBA star. You know, me and him walked next to each other and said, what guy used to be an NBA player? They probably point at me.
Steve is very athletic, very strong. His God-given talent is enormous. He could do a lot of stuff on the court that a normal person couldn't do.
Steve Nash is just phenomenal.
What a magician with the ball.
I thought he was a wizard. I mean, I thought Steve Nash's physical abilities were always underestimated and understated. Steve Nash was a wizard with the basketball.
He probably caught a lot of flack, you know, for being a little white guy, Canadian kid, you know, not being able to survive in the NBA. And, you know, he just told himself, hey, you're going to do what he does. And, you know, the results speak for themselves.
A visionary on the court, Steve dropped dimes at a prolific rate, finishing third all-time in assists.
He has Gretzky-like vision on the court.
Already an all-star in Dallas, it would be his return to Phoenix that revolutionized the game and his career.
Before the Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, you know, Warriors, I mean, the template for that really was the 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns. Steve Nash was the engine.
His ability to create a pace is what we see today. That's his biggest contribution. It's probably to today's players is they wouldn't be playing the way they played if it wasn't for him.
The visionary he was in the court, the way he could, you know, balance scoring and getting his teammates involved, and just knowing every time he was on TV, I was going to see something spectacular.
The creativity of Steve Nash is just mind-boggling.
Not only has a great imagination, but the ability to pull it off.
Nash is just amazing. You know, every night he'd come out there and he'd just come at you. He was fearless. He made the game look easy. It was fun to watch him play. Not always when I was on the other side, but it was fun watching him.
It was tough playing against Steve Nash. The passes, the shooting, just very, very basketball savant and just, you know, a magician with the ball.
I still think, and people probably think I'm nuts, but I'll say it because I believe it. I think Steve Nash is the best passing point guard that I've seen.
Nash makes everybody look better. That's what you're supposed to do. Steve Nash, one of the best ever at doing just that.
Steve Nash was a true floor leader. He was the prototypical point guard that made other people better. I've loved watching Steve Nash play.
There was no other guard that could run an offense that was high octane, that was constant aggressors all day, all night long for 82 games plus. That's why Steve Nash was your MVP.
Congratulations, NBA MVP Steve Nash.
As a two-time NBA MVP, Steve Nash's impact on basketball across Canada has been felt on and off the court.
He's like the godfather of Canadian basketball, you know, whiz with the pass, you know, one of the smartest, intelligent players of the game. And then, you know, he gives back, you know, to Canadian basketball and, you know, helps us out and tries to make us, you know, just intelligent as him.
He was very proud of being Canadian and rightfully so. And I'm glad his work he's doing with the national team, and he's a symbol of Canada, and all is right with sports.
There are great guards and there are all-time great guards. Steve Nash would be an all-time great.
Yep, I agree with that.
He is a Hall of Famer. He's our first ballot Hall of Famer.
His entire story it was inspirational for me, and he's given back to the game as much as he changed the game when he was playing.
He didn't come in killing the game, but eventually he took over the game. It's impressive, and it's a story that not only I think is inspiring to Canadian youth, but to a young kid all over the world who's trying to figure out how to make it in anything.